The British capital lay in the grip of a dense pea soup fog. It rolled in during the night and enveloped the whole city in its smoky yellowness. Streetlights had been lit before noon. It was cold, damp, dreary, and there was an American businessman walking along. He stopped at a streetlight, he appeared lost, he pulled some papers out, and he was trying to figure out where he was. And a young man moved up past him and said, "Excuse me, sir, can I help you? You appear to be lost." And the man said, "Yes, you can. I'm off to a business meeting." And the boy was able to figure out where the man needed to go, and he was sending him on his way, and the American said, "I'd like to give you a tip. I appreciate your help." The boy said, No. Haven't you heard about the Baden Powell's Boy Scouts?" And the young man was so excited about this program that he wouldn't accept the tip, and he was just glad to be of service. The single lighted candle before you represents the spirit of scouting, because the spirit of scouting embodies the principle of the scout oath and law. It becomes a shining beacon of inspiration. Alone, the light may seem feeble, but when multiplied by more than 54 million scouts around the world that have grown from Baden Powell's scouting organization, it is powerful indeed.
Scout salute. Guests, please rise. Troops, please advance. Go. Scout salute. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
2. Scout sign. Scout up.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
2. Outdoor code.
As an American, I will do my best to be clean in my outdoor manners, be careful with fire, be considerate of the outdoors, be conservation minded.
Color guard dismissed.
The red of my flag is the lifeblood of brave men ready to die or worthy to live for our country. The white of my flag is for purity, cleanliness of purpose, thought, word, and deed. The blue of my flag is for faith and loyalty, like the eternal blue of the star-filled heaven. By the authority vested in me as a representative of Troop 329, the Laurel Highlands Council, and the National Council of Boy Scouts of America, I declare this court of honor to be duly convened. I'd now like to introduce Bill Jenkins, Assistant Scoutmaster of Troop 329, for our invocation.
You can all be seated, and I promise you it's not because my invitation is that long. Please bow your heads. O God of many names, with whom we speak to in many tongues, thank you for the opportunity to be here this evening and being able to recognize Gannon and Nolan as they achieved the rank of Eagle Scout. Their efforts to achieve this rank included much hard work, leadership, service to others, and teaching skills. They followed the 12 points of the Scout Law, those being trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent along the path to Eagle. These 12 points provide all Scouts and everyone here a path to good living and a successful life in glorifying God's name. We thank you for your guidance, O Lord, and the direction you have provided them and all this here present. Lastly, in our troubled world, we ask that Scouting continue to shine bright and be a light for others every single day. This we ask in your name. Amen.
Why should we make a fuss over a small bit of ribbon and a few grams of metal? It's apparent that the value does not lie in the size or the weight of the award. Why do Scouts proudly display it? Why do adults brag about it? Why do colleges and employers ask about it? No, the value lies not in the award itself, but what it represents. And what it represents is the Scouts' fulfillment and lifelong commitment to the values that are recited in the Scout Oath and Law. The presentation of the Eagle Scout rank recognizes 6 years of hard work and dedication, which happened during some of the busiest times in a young person's life. We also recognize the Scouts family, troop leaders, church, school, teachers, camp staff, merit badge counselors, and many other unnamed individuals who have supported these Scouts Trail to Eagle. Scouting is a program with a purpose. A Scout prepares to meet the challenges of tomorrow through a series of attainable tasks and tests. As they progress up the trail through tenderfoot to first class, they develop basic skills. They learn fire building and how to cook outdoors. They learn how to camp in any weather condition. They learn map and compass. They grow an appreciation for nature and the environment, and all of which self-assuredness and self-worth by succeeding in these tasks. Advancing past first class through Star and Life ranks, they learn the responsibility to lead by example. More so than just by directing others, they learn how to budget time and discover that happiness and accomplishments is greatest when earned. Attainment of the Eagle rank reflects a readiness and a desire to achieve. The journey to Eagle is not always easy. Sometimes they stumble along the path, but when they fail, they learn to fail successfully. They learn that failures are correctable, and success comes from hard work rather than luck. Through hard work, they develop character, courage, and integrity. It is a pleasure to recognize a young person's success in walking this path. Fewer than 2 in 50 who enter Scouting can claim this distinction. Today we honor Nolan and Gannon Sprinkle, soon to affirm their lifelong dedication to Scouting principles through the Eagle Scout promise. Like the million other Eagle Scouts before them, they persevered in a difficult quest. Let the title of Eagle Scout be the cornerstone of their future. At this time, will the Honor Guard please escort before this court of honor our Eagle candidates, where they will be prepared to receive the highest rank conferred by the Boy Scouts of America, that of Eagle Scout. Will the Honor Guard now escort the 2 Eagle Scout candidates to the front of the room? I'd like to introduce Jim Gannon, our chartered organizational representative of Troops 329 and 9329 for the Voice of the Eagle.
This is the voice of the eagle, whose heights you struggled to reach. Remember well when you first came to the base of the cliff, and how you looked up with ambition and determination. Look back for a moment. Look back over the cliff you have climbed. Look back at the experience you've encountered in your ascent. These experiences should not be forgotten, and you should profit by making sure that the adverse ones do not occur again. Experience is valuable teacher if you heed its teachings. We remember when you took your first step upon the trail that leads upward. With your first step, you began living the scout oath and law. While you were on the trail, we watched you study, and then we watched you learn by doing. First, you were only a candidate, building yourself physically, mentally, and morally. Then your brother scouts called you tenderfoot, and they were right. You were indeed a tenderfoot.
You don't like the candle. You had like the scout. You already know scout, but maybe we'll talk about that. And then you're gonna turn up there, and say your line.
I'm the tenderfoot. My 3 points and 3 parts of the scout. You find me on the mariner's compass, forever pointing the way to the North Star. On my face are 2 stars representing the truth and the knowledge. A shield, which is the emblem of a nation folded together. And an eagle guides its freedom.
Soon you reach the first ledge, where you're greeted by a group of second-class scouts. To reach this rank, you had to learn to work with the members of your patrol and to begin the development of patrol spirit.
I am the second class. The ends of my scroll are turned up in the willing smile of a scout. On my face is our motto, be prepared. And suspended from me is the knot tied there to remind us of the scout slogan, do a good turn daily.
Some, like yourself, were stopping to catch their breath before continuing along the Eagle Trail. You began to study more, you worked harder, and almost before you knew it, you came to another ledge, the ledge where the first class scouts go.
I am the first class. I was the tenderfoot, and I laid my course by the stars of truth and knowledge, and I girded myself with the righteousness of justice and freedom. I added a smile that I might be a friend to all, and bound myself together with the knot of duty to others.
At the first class ledge, you found a tempting green meadow by a crystal clear stream, bathed by the sun. Here you were tempted to remain. Yes, you could have remained there to live in first class glory, but your ambition stirred you on. Remember your progress to Star Scout.
I am the star. Now that I can stand alone, I have earned the right to improvement on my own. To me goes the honor of choosing my trail. Before me lies a horizon of endless opportunity.
You found the trail from first class had been an optical illusion. Not as difficult as it seems. This spurred you on, and again you climbed higher. Now the trail was steeper, it was less worn. Fewer scouts seemed to be heading in your direction. You looked back and saw the crowds below you. You looked up and saw the few above you. With the same determination with which you started your climb, you continued on the trail. So it was the badge of Life Scout.
have shown the world that scouting is in my heart. I have mastered knowledge of subjects that will benefit my country and fellow man. I am ready to reach for my wings and fly.
The heart badge is placed in your uniform. You will never forget the thoughts in your heart. It has been experienced by most scouts on reaching the ledge of life. Now I am close to eagle, I will carry on. The trail became tougher, but more interesting. The original simple principles, the scout oath and law, now have fuller meaning. Your understanding of them was greater. You have reached the fork in the road, the eagle.
I am Eagle. It has been a long, hard, but wonderful journey. I have mastered my goal. With deep humility, I now stand as a representative of the best that scouting can accomplish in the lives of youth. May I now pass on to my younger scouts a portion of my knowledge.
Yes, we have watched your character unfold and become solidified. We have watched your leadership ability expand into a valuable asset. We have watched your mind develop and your wisdom increase. We have watched all these things in both of you. Now that you are at the threshold of your goal, we welcome you. We have done your climbing in a true scout-like manner. This is the voice of the eagle. Next, I would like to introduce Mr. Gary Roberson, Assistant Scoutmaster for Troop 329 for the Eagle Scout Challenge.
Gentlemen, as Eagle Scouts, you will be asked to assume solemn obligations. This is truly a great weight that you will carry, and is therefore right and proper that you carefully review these obligations. The foremost responsibility of an Eagle Scout is to live with honor. To an Eagle Scout, honor is the foundation of all character. He knows that a scout is trustworthy is the first point of the scout law for a good reason. An Eagle Scout lives honorably, not only because honor is important, but because of the vital significance one sets for other scouts. Living honorably reflects credit on Scouts' home, church, troop, and community. May the white color of the Eagle Badge remind you always to live with honor. The second obligation of an Eagle Scout is loyalty. A Scout is true to their family, Scout leaders, friends, school, and nation. Their loyalty to their troop and fellow Scouts is demonstrated by their willingness to pitch in and carry beyond just their share of the load. All of these help build the loyalty, which means devotion to community, to country, to one's own ideals, and to God. Let the blue of the Eagle Badge always inspire your loyalty. The third obligation of the Eagle Scout is to be courageous. Courage has always been a quality by which people measure themselves and others. To a Scout, bravery means not only the courage to face physical danger, but the determination to stand up for the right. Trusting in God with faith in others, an Eagle Scout looks forward to each day, seeking their share of the world's work to do. Let the red of the Eagle Badge remind you always of courage. The fourth obligation of an Eagle Scout is to be cheerful. To remind the Eagle Scout to always wear a smile, the red, white, and blue ribbon is attached to the scroll of the second-class Scout, which has its ends turned up in a smile. The final responsibility of an Eagle Scout is service. The Eagle Scout extends a helping hand to those who still toil up Scouting's trail, just as others help them on their climb to the Eagle. The performance of a daily good turn takes on new meaning as they enter a more adult life of continuing service to others. The Eagle stands as a protector of the weak and helpless. They aid and comfort the unfortunate and the oppressed. They uphold the rights of others while defending their own. An Eagle Scout will always be prepared to put forth their best.
Gentlemen, this is your day. Our day. Friends, relatives, fellow scouts, and leaders have come together to honor your achievements. You've reached the mountain peak in scouting. We know that this achievement is hardly ever gained without the strong and steady support of your parents. For this reason, we ask that Brian and Diane
And Lyle and Corin, please come forward. Take the honor of standing beside your sons, as you have throughout their scouting days, with the honor guard of Brenna, Collery, and Fiora Sprinkle. Very similar, coincidentally, they have the last names of these candidates. If you could escort your parents to the front.
You're good to sit.
Let's just bask in this. Certain persons in scouting have had a great impact in the life of the scout. This court of honor invites Mr. Paul Wayne, Scoutmaster of Troop 329, to present the Eagle Scout badge.
Sit it back, everyone. For you guys that didn't know, of course, Mr. Kelly's trying to get Nolan to loosen up. Gannon was well there after he picked on his sister anywhere again. But this is kind of a unique thing. I mean, if you look at the picture, it's been a mountaintop summer. Both Nolan and Gannon got an eagle this year. Now I know what Brendan and Fiora have to put up with. I lived with them for 3 weeks straight, summer camp straight to Philmont. That was a challenge. Both were SPLs there. It's been kind of a rivalry if you look at some different things. And we think if you look at the Eagle board, Nolan probably finishes board review before.
But proportionally.
But stand by! No. He was almost 18. You're still thinking about being 18. Be quiet. But Mr. Sprinkle got Eagle just about 3 months before Mr. Collery. So right now the distance between parents and sons total is about 6 months. So it is kind of interesting. I think only some of the pictures tell a little bit of the stories, but congratulations to all of you. It's kind of interesting to see second generation, which we've been able to do over the years in a number of years. So I'm going to leave this a little bit. Huh?
You made yourself at home.
I have. This is my living room at times, let me tell you. I have the honor to present you with the Eagle Charge on the occasion of the elevation to highest rank in Scouting, as you will know. But to witness this Eagle Charge and to reaffirm their own ideals of Scouting, we'd like all Eagle Scouts present to please come up and we'll do the half circle behind. So that's all of you. Make sure you come up. If not, we find out, we just call you out. So, yeah, just kind of work your way behind. And yes, Mr. Kelly was wearing Nolan's Cub Scout hat in the back. I have to tell you. But Scouts of all nations constitute one of the most wholesome and significant movements in the world's history. You have been judged by the Boy Scouts of America as being worthy of this highest rank in this great movement. All who know you rejoice in your accomplishments. Your position, as you well know, is one of honor and responsibility. And of course, yes, I have to say, you are a marked man. Now, we have others, but you guys need to be marked men. We made fun of this at Film One, being able to actually sit. So, as an Eagle Scout, you have assumed a solemn obligation and duty to God, country, and your fellow Eagle Scouts, and all of mankind in general. It's a great undertaking. As you live your obligations, you bring honor to yourself and your brother Scouts, and your sisters, and all of our ladies. I don't know how to use these jokes. America has many good things to offer you and your children after you, but for these things, it depends on the quality of our citizens. Our country has a great past. You can make the future even greater. So I charge you, Nolan, James, and Gannon, Ryan, to undertake your citizenship with a solemn dedication. You knew I had to do it. Be a leader, but lead only toward the best. Lift up every task you do and every office you hold to the highest level of service to God and your fellow man. So live and serve, that those who know you will be inspired to finer living. We have too many that use their brains and are influenced to selfish aims. Be among those that dedicate their skills and abilities to the common good. Build America on a solid foundation of clean living, honest work, unselfish citizenship, and a reverence for God. And whatever others may do, you will leave behind yourself a record which other Scouts will be justly proud. So gentlemen, I ask you to rededicate yourself by repeating the Scout oaths. Repeat it slowly as you stand before these lighted candles. Resolve to maintain the perseverance that has brought you so far. So gentlemen, Scout sign. Scout oath.
On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to the God of my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight.
Your conduct along the trail has been excellent. You have rededicated yourself to the principle of Scouting. But one more thing is important, your future. As an Eagle Scout, you become a guide to other Scouts of lower rank. You become an example in your community. Remember that your actions are a little bit more conspicuous, and people will expect more from you. To falter in your responsibilities would not only reflect upon you, but your fellow Eagle Scouts and all of Scouting. The torch you carry is not only yours, it is also yours to lead. So I challenge you to enter into the Eagle Brotherhood, holding forever before you without reservation the ideals of honor and service. By the repetition of the Eagle Scout promise before these witnesses present, though the words are similar to those you just spoke and those that you joined Scouting with, they will mean even more now. So I would ask all Scouts, guests, and parents, please rise. Eagle Scouts, Scout sign, and repeat after me. I reaffirm my allegiance.
I reaffirm my allegiance
To the three promises of the Scout Oath.
to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself
I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself
the obligations and responsibilities
the obligations and
of the
responsibilities
rank of Eagle Scout.
of the rank of Eagle Scout.
On my honor, I will do my best
On my honor, I will do my best
to make my rank and my influence
to make my rank and my influence
count strongly for better scouting
count strongly for better scouting
in my troop,
in my troop,
in my community,
in my community,
in my contacts with other people.
in my contacts with other people.
To this I pledge my sacred honor.
This I pledge my sacred honor.
2. It is my privilege to pronounce you an Eagle Scout. Guests and parents may be seated. So by the authority vested in me by the National Council of Boy Scouts and I, it's my privilege to pronounce you Eagle Scout. The National Board of Review has reviewed their requirements, skills, letters of recommendation, and found them to be qualified. So we have several presentations now. The first one is the Eagle Scout Medal that Mom gets to pin on her son. They were both up here, usually they do that. But for mom's support, we have the Eagle Mom's pin, if the gentleman would present that. Mom?
Kiss her.
It's like a twofer, it's okay. Some of you guys gotta step up to the plate, they're up here now, you know. For Dad's support throughout the way, the gentleman will present the Eagle Dad's pin.
Don't even think about it.
He's confused. And Dad's going to present the Eagle patch. On behalf of all the troops committee, I'd like to present their Eagle Scout card to Nolan James. And Gannon Ryan. Oh, yeah. So congratulations. There's some other presentations. Mr. Keller, come up. And then you guys are limited to 30 minutes each.
So now's an opportunity for the parents to address the troop and say wonderful things about their son.
In so many years, over the prior 17 years, you've delighted us, Gannon. There have been countless ways we've been approached by other adults about positive interactions which they've had with you. We know this demonstrates your ability to live by the guidepost of Scout law. When you were 15 and a lifeguard on your first summer job, we clearly recall the story of an altercation between several young kids in the parking lot. You were managing check-ins, not supervising the pool at the time. You witnessed those young kids leaving the property. You sprinted down the road through some woods, over a hill to catch a child, coaxed them, and talked them back into the swim club. A parent, who was also a teacher, witnessed all this and told us that you did this selflessly, with haste, and without shoes. Trustworthy, helpful, kind, brave, all demonstrated in this one short instance.
But beyond those 12 points of the Scout law, it's hard for us not to see an ad engaging, fearless, funny, intelligent, and self-motivated. The common scouting adage of on the back of every Eagle Scout shirt is their parents' boot prints pushing them forward doesn't really apply here. Every event, every badge, every effort of your rise to Eagle Scout seems to have been fueled by you and by your love for scouting and your true enjoyment of spending time with your fellow scouts and friends. Certainly, while we mentioned several times that Eagle Scout looks better on a college application than 6-year Boy Scout member, we feel the effort to get here tonight is entirely yours, and we couldn't be prouder of you for your pursuits. We love you. Good luck in everything you set off to achieve.
Well, Nolan, we're tremendously proud of you and your accomplishments, and we're thankful that you've made this achievement. It's been a great push forward, I think, in getting this deadline before your 18th birthday, and I think the boot to the back is a great statement. I think one quick story that I thought of about Nolan and his scouting experience was when we were at Philmont, actually on our way back, and we were going through security on the way back, and there was this worker there pushing this massive cart
full of alcohol, like booze, and it was like totally overfilled, and this woman was, she was pretty old, and it was way too full, and she was pushing it, and Nolan was the first person that went out and like got through security and helped this lady push this cart all the way through the airport. And that was right after film one, so I thought it was a great point of doing a good turn. Well, we have 2 tokens that we wanted to give you, Nolan, for your work in scouting. We thought they're appropriate. One is a hatchet that you can use that has your name on it. And use it as your will. So,
Thanks.
all right. The next is a pocket knife. So also a part of scouting and everything you've learned through Cub Scouts and scouting is a knife that has your name and the date of your order review. So.
Got it.
There's no coat chip card here.
Oh, it's, it's around.
In the other box.
It's just under the.
So parents, you may be seated. Without an honor guard at this time. So, as young Eagle Scouts, you have an opportunity to say a few words. Who's going to go first?
Rock, paper, scissors?
How do you get 2-0 sweat like that?
This is not my finest moment. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I have a speech. It was written 30 minutes ago. Good evening, all. Thanks for showing up. We have food, so it's kind of a mutual trade-off. You come and you sit through all the people talking, and then at the end we have cookies. And so it's like it's a give-take kind of a way. So thank you guys for coming, and thank you for helping me through my scouting career. You guys, specifically, these front couple rows, maybe a back row there. You guys are the ones that helped me through this program. You old guys in the back who are off at college, you guys are the ones that taught me. You guys here in the front rows, you guys are the ones that I've taught. But it was more than that. We're friends. We had so much fun over the course of this program. I have no idea where I'd be without you guys. I'd like to think that I'd stick with the program, but honestly, I don't know. I did this all because of you guys and how you guys made this experience fun, made it worthwhile. You made me fall in love with the program and with Monday nights from 6:30 to 8:45. And always right beside me there was Nolan Collin. Maybe not always on campouts. We crossed over together. We climbed the ranks together, sometimes competitive, and we have reached the top together. I thank you for all that we've done together, in and out of the troops. To Smith Island, to the dodgeball court, back to M² math at McKnight Elementary, to starring in the Dad rap. From Philmont to the WVU Coliseum. And riding the bench together at Napa games. I love you, buddy. And I can't wait to see what we're going to do next. I'd also like to thank some of the old geezers in the back. Paul Wayne for making fun of me when I shiver. Pat Kelly for always making sure I had the right rank on my uniform. My dad for always making sure I got where I needed to go, both in the program and physically, like to MPC at 7 o'clock. And Mr. Stanton for always keeping the U in team. I'd like to thank everyone I've laughed with along the journey, and for many more laughs to come. Thank you.
people I have to thank. I'd like to thank the Autonomy Nature Center, Wexford Fast Signs, and the Allegheny County GIS Department for their help with my project. I'd like to thank everyone who's written a letter for me or given me a ride or just pushed me along when I've been a general nuisance. And I'd like to thank all you guys here for making my adventure in scouting something special. You know, it's weird because I've been in where you guys are sitting like countless times and you always expect you're gonna end up here, but now I'm actually here and I don't really know what to say or what to think. But one story I'd like to tell comes from my tenderfoot board of review, and I'd like to tell it before someone else is given the opportunity, that person being Mr. Gannon. I sat in my board of review, and I thought I was doing pretty awesome for a 13-year-old. I hadn't like sneezed or thrown up everywhere in a room full of adults, so I was doing good by my standards. And then the last question of the day was, Nolan, what is your goal in scouting? I don't know. I barely made it through talking about like what I did in school today, so I don't know how I'm gonna set a goal for my life. So I sit there, I think, and I come back with something that I've been told quite a few times. Well, my dad managed to get Eagle Scout, so I guess I can too. That story's been told to me multiple times, willingly or not, but I'm proud to say I made it. Here I am. After turning 18, the youth days of my scouting career, you know, they're over, but I've been given a couple opportunities from the Laurel Highlands Council to speak to some donors about the benefits of scouting, and honestly, just in those couple of presentations I've given, I've learned a lot. And the biggest takeaway that I want you guys to understand, especially you guys sitting right up in the front, is that you are so supported. Everyone in this room is not just here for Gannon and I, they're here because of this program. And you just understand that it's more than an after-school activity, it's an opportunity you guys are being handed. Take it for what you will, but if I can, I suggest you take it the way Gannon and I have, because I promise you we wouldn't regret a single choice we made along the way. Speaking of not regretting things, Gannon. One of my dearest friends, someone I grew up with, and someone that I advanced through the ranks with, you know. It's really special to have this kind of bond with someone. We've been through everything together in scouting. You know, we've been cold, we've bought Crocs, we've drawn rocket ships, we've, you know, tented together countless times. I've probably spent more time in a tent with Gannon than I care to admit. So, you know, to bring it all back to an awesome point that I planned well ahead of time and I'm not coming up with at the moment, just look at the program and don't take what you have for granted, because you're being handed an opportunity, and I truly think that's a special thing. Thank you.
We have some other guests that are going to make presentations, but before they do that, you guys quickly present your mentor pins.
Where are they?
Where are they?
Right in your box.
Oh,
Sorry, right. The one that says, the one that says.
oh, that's what it says.
I'm gonna go first this time. So, first mentor pin really is just someone who has been there for me since, you know, I was born. He was there, you know, kind of the whole time. You know, we moved together. We used to live somewhere else, and now we're here. But really, just the role model, and I wouldn't be half the scout or even like a quarter of the person I am today without. So, Dad, you'll come up here. So you guys can all watch while I nail this on the first try. Ron, I grabbed the wrong pen, everyone. now I'm going to do something incredibly unorthodox. In all my years of scouting, I have never seen a second mentor pin be handed out, and I am selfish and love the spotlight. This person has been like a father figure to me. One person who's been there, we've moved together. It's really just been something special. The reason I have a brother, Mr. Pat Kelly, please come up here.
Before I give this pen, I'd like to give a huge shout out to my dad and to Mr. Paul Wayne there in the back. Both of you guys were, I thought I was going to give you this for a while, but I am sad to report that I cannot do that. Jeez. You have been such big help, and you have guided me along this path in incomprehensible ways. So I will not try to comprehend. Would Tom Kelly please come up here? Yes, sir! There was a year and a half, maybe 2 years, where Tom and I were the only people that would go on every single camp. There was a 1.5 to 2 year span where every single one, it was always us. We were the only two,
Leave on Sundays.
You leave on Sundays, that doesn't count.
We won.
You've shaped me into the man that I am today. But man, did we have a lot of fun. I am not even going to try to pen this up. That was funny.
I don't know what that means.
It means we're wrapping, we're
Oh,
moving on.
gotcha.
Okay. Thank you. All right. We are honored to have some very special dignitaries in attendance this evening to present commendations to our newest Eagle Scouts. First, we have Mark Reedlove, representative of the Pittsburgh chapter of the National Eagle Scout Association.
Thank you, Pat. Appreciate it very much. Before I get on with my prepared remarks, guys, I just want to say nice shoes.
I bought them first. Proportional?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mark Reedlove. I'm here this evening representing the Pittsburgh chapter of the National Eagle Scout Association, known as NESA. And on a personal level, I'm pleased to be here to offer firsthand congratulations to Nolan, to Gannon, to their parents. I'm an Eagle Scout. I earned my badge in 1972 while a member of Troop 624, chartered by St. Clement's Parish in the Pioneer District of St. Louis Area Council. It's funny what you remember in life. My adult volunteer work as a scouter began in the Beaver Valley District in 2005. From there, I joined the Greater Pittsburgh Council Executive Board and was elected Council President. I still serve on the leadership board of the Laurel Highlands Council and assisted the great volunteer leaders in the Beaver Valley District as they deliver an outstanding program for the kids in our community. Nolan, Gannon, there's no way to know how achieving this rank will affect the course of your life, but I can assure you that the impact will all be for the positive. I encourage you to wear your badge proudly. Who knows what doors may be opened and what opportunities you may explore just because you are an Eagle Scout. There are many stories out there about how hiring managers always offer an interview to Eagle Scouts. I know I do. Because of your rank, you will immediately be recognized as a man of purpose, honor, and integrity. Fact is, job candidates may or may not be qualified for an assignment that I have open. But if the candidate is an Eagle Scout, I want to meet them, get to know them, and offer whatever guidance and help that I can. And yes, I do hire Eagle Scouts. Of course, with success comes responsibility. You have embraced servant leadership at an early age. You have set the high bar for yourselves. Others will also have high expectations, knowing that you are an Eagle Scout. Live the Scout oath, law, and motto every day. These timeless values are for a lifetime. Remember the Winston Churchill quote: "We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give." The Pittsburgh chapter of NISA invites you to join us. This card tells you everything you need to know about how to join our chapter. And the good news is that membership is free until you're 26. The card has 2 pins attached to it. These pins may be worn under civilian clothes to identify you as an Eagle Scout. Wear one, keep the other in your pocket. One day, a man, or perhaps a woman, will walk up to you and ask you about your pin. They may self-identify as an Eagle Scout. Take off your pin and, as a personal gesture, offer it to them and encourage them to join with us in NISA. The second pin is your spare to replace the one you give away. Our motto is Eagles Helping Eagles. Embrace it. Finally, the Pittsburgh chapter of NISA wants you to have this copy of Legacy of Honor, the Values and Influence of America's Eagle Scouts. It is signed by the author, Alvin Townley, a 3rd generation Eagle Scout. I'm hopeful that in reading this book, you gain profound insight into the achievement you are being honored for today, and encouragement to continue to live as a servant leader for your family, your church, your community, and your nation. Nolan and Gannon, congratulations on a job well done.
At this time, we'd like to call up Mrs. Cindy Kirk, Allegheny County Council member, to come forward and make a presentation.
I'm so happy to be here this evening. It's so exciting to see such a vibrant troop, and we have Eagles to my right and younger guys and girls to my front of me. It's amazing. And on that line, and this is not totally about you guys for 1 minute, but last year, as many of you probably know, the troop listed as the 75th year in existence. We slowed down because of COVID, but now we will actually have a nice proclamation, and you'll feel free to read it. But real quick, I'll just say, it was celebrated 75th year, August 28, 2020 was the 75th. And it was first started by Memorial Park Presbyterian Church on August 28, 1945, with the hopes of empowering boys and preparing them for a successful future while enabling confidence and camaraderie. And whereas for 75 years, Troop 329 has rooted in their mission of setting the standard, keeping with tradition, and advancing to higher levels. And we see that here. It goes on and on. But that said, these 2 young men to my right, the 75th year was a big deal. You guys both worked on your Eagle, you both were senior patrol leaders, so I thought it was an appropriate time to bring this up. And for clarification, we have the 76th celebration also, since that's what it is. Before I go any further than that, though, I think it goes back to Leader Wayne and everything he's done to keep the troop so consistent, so vibrant, with all the other parent volunteers. That's what makes the difference. And as I told some of you, my son's an Eagle Scout, I'm an Eagle Scout mom, and he's in the military, and as he travels, he tries to get involved in Scout troops. And his first impression everywhere he goes is, boy, I hope the kids in Pittsburgh realize what kind of parent volunteers we have in Pittsburgh. Because he has been to many states and other countries, and it's just not the same. And he says he works on that and tries to get more parents involved. So I think if you would, if the troop would just give a big round of applause to all your leaders, I think it's really.
Yeah, the emails from me.
You get the skinnier one.
The neat thing is, both of these, all these proclamations were actually already in the county archive. They were announced on December 7th at our meeting. And so 50 years from now, you guys could go down to the county and show, well, see, I have proof of an Eagle Scout. It's in the history of Allegheny County. So that's a pretty cool thing. And I represent right now, technically 100,000 people, but 1.2 million in Allegheny County. We're here to congratulate because Eagle Scout's a big deal. You guys might be prone to get a little tainted because you have so many people who rise to that occasion. And that's not common. That's not common at all. And you'll see it from all the things you've done, with all your volunteer work you've done. I know every time I've done volunteer work, I walk away with the skill and new relationships that will benefit me in my personal life. And you've already shown that with the 2 projects you've done. The other things for Eagle Scout to show you what a big deal it is and to keep you younger ones on the path. It's been brought up a few times, but I know, like it says, it helps getting into the school you want to get into. It does, because people recognize it's a lot of work. It's not something you sign up to join a club for 6 months. You've been doing it for years, and you keep persevering. It's a lot of work, and you keep improving yourself the whole thing. I know when I saw you have to go to the Air Force Academy, and there were opportunities for Eagle Scouts only to apply. Because they knew you already had this much information, you knew how to do this, you knew how to do this, and they could jump in and take care of the project. And there were a lot of opportunities that way. Another big example I've brought up in the past is Randy Pasha's book, The Last Lecture, which is a great book. I know some of the high schools are not required reading. It's little lectures, little stories he was giving for his children, because he unfortunately had cancer and he wasn't doing well. He taught at CMU, it's a giant lecture. But he brings up Eagle Scouting, because it turns out he never made it to Eagle Scout. He made it to 2nd class. So now, he's an animator, he worked for Disney, very intelligent man, and he was just like the previous speaker said. If someone came with an advanced degree, more experience, versus an Eagle Scout, he took the Eagle Scout, because he figures if you can do that when you're a teenager with all these other demands, just think what they would do. So he always hired the Eagle Scout. And he's not alone, but he brought it out and he talks about it in his book. And one last little example I'm going to give you, which really surprised me. So I'm a nurse, right? So I'm at the hospital, I'm talking about scouting, and I happen to be talking to an orthopedic surgeon. You know, they go, to college and medical school, an internship, residency, usually a fellowship, and then they can have their real job. During that process, this surgeon wanted a certain fellowship, specialized training, right? And they're very competitive, and he was going at it, and it finally came down to 2 people. He gets a fellowship, and he's ecstatic, and he finally asked him, why'd you pick me? He was this, he was that good too. You were an Eagle Scout. And we knew if you could do that much hard work and that perseverance and did everything you did as a teenager, then we wanted you in our fellowship. So, and that's 10 years from now. You're still going to see examples, tangible examples. Because everyone loves being around an Eagle Scout, because if there's a problem, they know how to take care of it. And that's why you have to realize it is a big deal. Like I said, you may be tainted because you know other Scouts, and most people don't know other Eagle Scouts. So if you're at a party, you're 25 and there's a problem, there's a fire, someone gets hurt, someone passes out, and they find out you're a Scout, even if you don't make Eagle, they find out you're a Scout, they're the one they're depending on. Because you have the experience, you know what you're doing. And that's sort of a garden, like you said, a marked man, but it's a tribute to everything you have and you've done that you don't even realize. So that said, I'd like to present Nolan, since alphabetically come first. Here's your proclamation, and it talks about his project and everything, and it is in the history book of Allegheny County, so congratulations. Second but not least, likewise, and it goes over in a lot of words, I'm sure he'll share it to see, but there's a lot of details here, and it's in the history books. That's how important this is. We just run from the nice little cases now. And it's a big deal. It's a real big deal, and so congratulations. Thank you all parents volunteers, because that's what makes the troop strong. And as a member of the community, I appreciate it for a lot of reasons. So thanks and congratulations, guys. You've done well. You did it. You know, probably a little wishing don't use. That's okay, you're teenagers. I'll just say one more quote. Don't bring me over this. It's got to come, because the trouble with getting guys and girls now to, I guess this is geared more to the guys, it was a few years ago, to get them to Eagle Scouting, because the problem is, as you get older, the fumes get you. The gas fumes and the perfumes. And that's where all the distractions. And so you guys have passed that and you've done it. And so congratulations and thanks for having me. I really enjoyed the ceremonial part of it.
Thank you, Cindy. And what Cindy pointed out is the troop has been chartered for 75 years, and that would not be possible without the support of Memorial Park Church. And with us today, we have Kathy Pavlak and lead pastor Betsy Rumer. So just thank you very much. We've been supported and chartered for 75 years, and we have an incredible support of the church. We have this amazing building on Monday nights to almost our exclusive use. So we are, as troops go, we are blessed. So at this point, I'd like to bring up, for the Eagle poem, I'd like to bring Tom Kelly, Eagle Scout from Troop 329. My fellow Eagle Scout mentor, and we're not brothers, he's my son.
A fond mother watches her scout where they stand, apart from their comrades tonight. She places on their camp-battered tunic a badge, an eagle, the emblem of right. It seems to her just a few short months have passed since they joined the youngsters next door. How proud they were of their tenderfoot pen, and as they told of the message they bore. But the years have gone as they struggled along to learn what the scout law's about. They practice them daily, that oath and that law, until now they are an Eagle Scout. You may smile with your worldly wise wisdom at this and say, why it's only a pen, but I tell you no honors they will gain, will it mean quite as much to them. The red, white, and blue of the ribbon you see are symbols of honor and truth. They have learned how to value these fine attributes in the glorious days of youth. And the outflinging wings of the eagle that rests on the breast of this night of today are the things which shall lift them above petty deeds and guide them along the right way. Yes, it's only a pin, just an Eagle Scout badge, but the heart that beneath it is true, and will throb to the last for the things that are good, a lesson for me and for you.
Scouts, parents, and guests, this concludes our Eagle Court of Honor. I challenge all younger scouts to strive from this point in your scouting careers to match the achievements of Gannon and Nolan. That's switching it around. And the rest of the Eagle Scouts before us today. I now declare this Court of Honor closed. We ask the color guard to retire the colors. Anna Iacobello will now close the meeting.
Troops and guests, please rise. Color guard advance. Please join me in the scout walk. Scout sign. A scout
is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
2. I would now like to invite Gannon Sprinkle to do our closing benediction.
Please assume a state of reverence. Now may the great Scoutmaster of all Scouts be with us and watch over us until we meet again.
Color guard retire the colors. Troops salute.
Let's see, troop dismissed. Or let's see.
Okay, on behalf of the Operating Sprinkle family and the Village Troop representing 329, we'd like to thank the Captain Board of Honor. We also thank the Board of Directors for permitting us to use these facilities and conduct the drill for 75 years. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy our beautiful Scouting.
Well,
My plan is to stain my white t-shirt using a variety of sauces from the national cafeteria. It's going to spell out the words OTAC, and it's going to kill the inspection.
Number two?
Oh, you can call it facts. Nothing expensive.
And number three? Number two?
I think I have something pretty fancy. Hey, I want you off the jacket. I got $1 and some quarters.
Yeah, I wonder who's first. And number three?
I was wearing all black socks.
Oh, yeah! I would. Well, this is pretty far right. And I like to be
Check that out. I love everything. There's nothing that can beat a good saucy sandwich. Wow.
And on to our next one. We have one.
Where would you take it? Well, my cousin, Charlotte, he's going around, so I go on Saturday night to eat for free. And I guess you
I just get one of those free school lunches on Friday, take it home, throw it in the microwave on Saturday.
And number three? And the last question.
What moves did you break out of the dance class? Now, I'm not too fond of dancing, but I've been a nice square with you, square dancing.
Number two?
Definitely not fun to back dancing, because that's prohibited. Let me say, these tickets were not cheap. I'm not looking to get kicked out of this thing.
Number three? And we are just about out of questions. Now, Abby, you've got to make a choice. There are 10 seconds on the clock. Who will be? We have contestant number one. Man number two. Or gentleman number three. And here are time. What's your choice?
That's like you guys. No, anyone else. Hey, anyone else. He doesn't wear it anyway. He doesn't wear it.
I can tell. Look at Alex.
You're not sorry. Don't say you're sorry. What do you want?
I'm gonna get with me, Dad.
Is this still going? Yeah, we got 1 hour and 17 minutes.